Hi, this is Tim with Fusetastic, and today I'm going to cover how to set up a Contact Us form powered by Fusetastic and your Infusionsoft application. Once you're logged into Fusetastic, head over to the Forms tab and go ahead and create a new form. Here you want to add any applicable fields you want on your form, like name, email address, maybe you'd like the phone number, and a message field. Those are probably pretty typical on a Contact Us type form. Maybe you don't want the phone number after all. It's easy to remove or modify any of these fields. To change the attributes of any field, just go ahead and highlight that, and then you'll see some options over here on the right panel. I could change the size if I wanted this to be a little larger. I personally like the medium, so we'll leave that. And I can also, under the rules here, require this field. And for a Contact Us form, probably a pretty good idea to require the email address. And I may want to go ahead and require their name as well. Under the message, again, we can specify a smaller field or larger. We'll go ahead and stick with medium. And so that looks pretty good for my simple Contact Us form. Now the only thing left is to look at my form settings. We'll want to give this an appropriate name. I'm going to be super creative here and call this Contact Us. You can enter in a description if you desire. That's not needed if you don't need it or want it. And then under the confirmation options, you've got a couple to choose from here. One is to show this message when the form is submitted. The other is to redirect to a URL. This could be any page on your website. You just enter in that URL here. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the text option here. And I'm going to change this a bit. Okay, and then the option down here I have is to send a confirmation email to the user. And I can do that simply by indicating the check. I can also customize that email. What you see in the brackets here are little code snippets that will be included. For example, the entry data here will include all the data that they put in their form as a receipt, and then of course the form name. You could customize the subject or any content you wanted with that form. Then finally down here you want to set some notification settings. Here you'll want to input the email address that you want to receive notification that there's been a new message. For example, I'll include our customer service email, and so we'll get the message and see what's been sent and who sent it. And then of course that will all be saved in Infusionsoft as well. And then I can customize the message subject. I can also indicate a text message notification. You can simply enter in your email address, or excuse me, your phone number here, and select a carrier from the list of availables. If you don't see your carrier on the list, you can select other, but you'll need to format this phone number here in a special way that your carrier requires, which usually is the phone number at and then a unique email address that they assigned for your phone SMS messages. And so if you don't have the carrier listed, you'll want to do that. If it is listed here, we've already done that work for you. It will be formatted how it needs to and then get sent out to you when there's a new submission. One thing you want to be aware of, the email address that you choose for notifications here needs to be in your Infusionsoft account. For security reasons, Infusionsoft does not email out to email addresses that aren't in your Infusion account. So you'll need to set up either a mock-up, a dummy record for that address, or have you set up and that as one of your email addresses. That way Infusionsoft will deliver the email and record it properly. So once those settings are set, you can go down. If you'd like, you can indicate any tags or follow-up sequences that you'd want that user to be marked with when they submit this form, and then simply save the form Now you've got a couple of options here. We need to get this on your website, and you'll want to head over to the embed code, and there's 3 different ways to include this form on your website. We've got our standard form code, which is an iframe, and all you'll need to do is simply copy and paste that into the web page that you want your Contact Us form to appear. You can also use the JavaScript embed code. This is a little more advanced, probably the preferred method, as it does some automatic resizing and will make that probably appear a little better and more integrated with your form. Or you can choose the simple link, and that's where you could just have Contact Us, and they can click that, and that could open into a new window, and they can submit the contact form that way. So let's take a look at what this form looks like without any other additional formatting to it. Here it is, and this is what a user might see. Again, you can customize this to your heart's content as far as the coloring, the layout. You'll just need to know a little bit of CSS code to be able to do that, but this is the standard look and feel to the form. Now when a user comes to your site, we're going to go ahead and create a test one here. They could fill in their name and email address and their message that they want to include, and when they submit that, again, they get the confirmation that the message has been sent, and I've indicated that they'll get an email confirmation as well. Now let's head over to the Infusionsoft application to see what's happened. Okay, here I'm in my Infusionsoft application, and I did a quick search for test, and up came our new record that was just created when the user had submitted their Contact Us request. And so I've got their name and email address, and you'll see there's not any other information about this person because I didn't require any other fields to be submitted. So the thing to notice down here is we've got the message then that was received, and you can see I've done a couple test messages here, and they've all been logged, and each new message that's sent from that user will be logged in this format, and you can see here the message that they submitted. And so if the user was already in the Infusionsoft application, they're simply noted there. Of course, if you've set up for the notifications, you've gotten an email or text message in addition to having the history of that contact record here in Infusionsoft. So that wraps up setting up a Contact Us form powered by Infusionsoft with your Fusetastic forms.